Good morning, my brothers and sisters from the Truth Ministry. It's your pastor, preacher here. Wanted to spend a minute this morning and bring up a subject that is in the news a lot these days. And if I look a little tired, it's because I am. I haven't been to sleep yet today. So, started off the morning getting an MRI and one more of the brain. They three or four of those things, and they keep telling me my head's hollow. So I have no idea what's wrong with their machines because I don't know. Maybe it is hollow. Who knows? Listen, on a serious note, um, there's a lot going on in this world. Okay. Yes, we have our elections coming up here, which is probably some of the most or one of the most important presidential elections in my 62 years of being on this earth. Um, and I'm not going to get into that right now because I know that we may have people with differing views on the, you know, on politics and so forth. So I don't hide the fact that I'm a Trump person, and you know, I'm sorry if you're not. But seriously speaking, seriously, I want to talk about Israel. Okay, Jesus came to this earth, and he was the Messiah. He was the king that the children of Israel had been waiting for. But they misinterpreted their scriptures from the Old Testament and were waiting or expecting um, this warrior king to come in and didn't expect him to be born as a child that they all knew and so forth. I think you all know the story there. But right now, what's going on over in Israel is a spiritual attack. These are still God's chosen people, just as through salvation, God has made us his chosen people. Now, a lot of people keep saying that Netanyahu needs to call for a ceasefire. He needs to work out a deal and get the hostages back and, you know, basically just say, okay, guys, I know you've been killing us lately and you attacked us a year ago. You raped our women, you beheaded them, and you beheaded children in the middle of the streets. But I guess it's, water under the bridge. If that happened in the United States, as a matter of fact, similarly, it did September 11th, 2001. Folks, we can't just sit by as Christians and sit there and say, well, you guys got to end this because there's too much killing going on. All right. We are discussing not just your normal war. We're talking about a war against a country. They're doing the same thing that the United States happened to do for over 20 years in the war, and that's fighting terrorism. Okay, the Palestinians, they protect, they hide the Hamas terrorists. I might get the two mixed up between Lebanon and Gaza, but both countries are harboring people. I saw a video last week where a garage door opened in Lebanon and out rolled a missile, getting ready to shoot or ready to fire into Israel. Now, thank God their intelligence was quick enough and they blew that sucker up before it even got a chance to get off the ground. As we all know, Iran is the one who is funding this, giving them their weapons, and a lot of that came from the $400 billion that, I'm sorry, 400 million, I think. It may have been 400 billion that Biden right after he became president, happened to ship them cash of all things. Now, you tell me if that's not money laundering in some form or another. Who the heck, what country sends over a cargo plane filled with cash for one of our greatest enemies? I don't get it. Not one little bit. Anyhow, 180 missiles from Iran launched into the Holy Land this past week. And thank God that Israel's probably got the best defense system in the world, what they call the Iron Dome, along with the United States. With the Navy off the coast, they were able to shoot down the majority of them. No Israelis were killed. There was a Palestinian, God forbid, who was killed from flying shrapnel from one of the bombs that was shot down. Now, I'm going to say something extremely controversial right now because everybody talks about the innocent lives. Well, let me tell you, on October 8th of last year, it was all innocent lives that they murdered in Israel. They don't care about innocent lives. And as far as I'm concerned, if a people are harboring, hiding, and supporting a terrorist group, they're no better than that terrorist group. Lebanon's doing it. The Palestinians are doing it. And as far as I'm concerned, Netanyahu needs to fight until the very last person from Hezbollah and Hamas are not just defeated, but dead. If they're harboring them and with the Palestinians, you're as guilty as them. I'm sorry, I'm not going to shed a tear for the deaths of the Palestinians either. I'm not going to shed a tear for the people over in Lebanon who are hiding and supporting Hezbollah. And as far as Iran goes, now this is the one where it's a little bit different because the people of Iran are all under oppression right now. I mean, if a woman doesn't wear her mask while she's out in public, they'll behead her right in the streets. The people of Iran want the Ayatollah and their government removed. And so for those folks, I do feel a little bit sorry because they're not hiding, harboring these terrorists that their leadership is. I say there's no possible way that our government should be telling them to have a ceasefire. You bomb the crap out of them until the last one is dead. You bomb the palace over in Iran, and if you're lucky, not only will you kill their president, but you will kill the Ayatollah and all of his moronic followers. You blow up their nuclear plants. You do whatever the heck you can do, and you destroy that country, and you bring them to their knees. And then the U.S. has got to get their asses, back out there and start defending the greatest ally that we have in this world. So pray for Israel. Pray for Israel. Still God's chosen people. We as Christians should be praying for them daily. Netanyahu yesterday said that God will take revenge. Now, God uses man for doing so. God will take revenge. There have been times throughout history where God was not that peaceful God. It was a time when God said, you must go in and you must kill every single one of them. We know he did it with the walls of, or with the Jericho. He's done it numerous other times throughout history. There comes a time when evil is so rampant in an area that it must be eradicated. Again, I know this is controversial, and I wouldn't doubt if Facebook takes this down before a lot of people get a chance to view it. When when Iran chants death to Israel, right afterwards they followed up with death to America. They're not talking about our government, they're talking about every American who's alive. So when these freaking moronic students who are out protesting in favor of these terrorist groups, I say you ship every one of them on a frickin' airplane and send them over to Gaza and let them see what it's really like and see what they're protecting and protesting for. So I don't care if they kill every last Palestinian in Gaza. I don't care if every last person harboring Hezbollah in Lebanon is killed. I don't wish for death on anybody, but these are enemies of God. They are being run by evil. And God saying, I've been a God of love and a God of peace. But there are those who don't listen to the word of God. And so it's time for God to pull out his vengeance on these people. I don't care how controversial this is. Tough crap. God bless you. Pray for Israel. Pray for Israel. Pray for our country. We have the most important election in the history of this country coming up in just a few weeks. And in my opinion, it is a vote where you're either voting for the future of a free America or you're voting for socialism that will eventually lead us to communism. Do I really need to say which side's which? I don't think so. God bless you. Come join us at the Truth Ministries. I don't talk about this type of stuff there, but oh boy, do I ever want to. All right. God bless you. It's Thursday afternoon now. I hope you guys enjoy your day. If I don't talk to you before the weekend, God bless you and enjoy your weekend. I'm Preacher, and I'm out.